All right, I'm working on my cheap engine rebuild, and to get this off the truck, basically I mounted this on my engine stand, and to mount it on my engine stand, I put 4 bolts in the back of the block to hold it up. Grade 8 bolts, and they went in nice and smooth, but when I went to pull them out, this one didn't come out. It snapped off. I'm not sure what the reason is, but I've got to get this bolt out. I don't know if there's, I'm suspecting there was trash in the bolt hole and I didn't catch it. So I've got to extract it. I've got an extractor set here with reverse drill bits and extractors, and that's going to be my first step. If this doesn't work, basically I've just got to drill the bolt out and then collapse it inward and get it out that way. I've seen, where people will put a center punch and try to tap the bolt out. The way this was stuck, that's not going to work on this. So I do have to drill this out. A lot of times you'll see me, I'll use that center punch something if I'm going to drill it. This being a hardened bolt, I don't think the spring-loaded punch is going to do it. I've got a regular punch here and a hammer, and that is off center, but it'll get me started. I'm going to put my drill and drill this way for a minute until I can get the drill straight up and down the center. And that's one of the keys to drilling out a bolt, is you have to keep your drill in the middle of the bolt as you're trying to drill it out. So I'm probably going to start with something a little smaller until I can get that hole centered, and then I'll go larger. This largest bit, it looks like will fit. It'll fit down the middle of the thread, so if I need to, it's available. That's the number 5. It's a M9 or 3/8 to 5/8. M9 15 or 3/8 to 5/8. Yeah. So extractors are the snap. This is an old Snap-on set, or no, Matco set I got years ago, and it's got a listing for what size metric bolts and what size standard bolts you're trying to get out. But like I said, I'm going to start off with this little bolt, or little bit, number 3 on this kit, and see where that gets me. And being reverse drill bits, I'm going to run the drill in reverse. You can extract with regular drill bits. If I break one of these left-handed drill bits, I'm probably going to replace it with a right-hand drill bit just because that's what I have on hand, unless I run across some reverse drill bits. So that's about where I want to go. I'm going to have to drill that way for a second. Get some PB Blaster in here. It looks like it's going straight already. Lots of pressure. And the block's trying to turn around on me. Let me get a rag real quick. All right, that's fairly centered. I don't know if it's centered enough to step up to the number 5 bit, but I'm going to step up to the number 4, which is a little bit bigger. The main thing is you want to have a pilot started. It'll keep you on track as you're drilling. You don't want to go off into the threads. Now, I could pay the machine shop to do this. Again, I'm a cheap son of a gun. My bit's trying to turn. Keeps hanging up. It's chipping real well. I know it's cutting, but I need to get some more lube down in there. Really don't want to burn up these bits. And I'm drilling a little bit crooked. I want to straighten this up. Acting like it's trying to punch through. There's a burr on there that doesn't want to quit. There we go. Got it to punch through finally. I basically used almost no pressure there when I was trying to get it punched through. Okay, so if I put this in, is it going to extract it? Or is that going to be cross-threaded or gummed up to where it's not going to come out? It honestly went in smooth. I don't think it's cross-threaded. Or am I going to end up going to the next larger size? It's not quite small enough yet. If you can get the outside ring of what's left, material that's left, thin enough, a lot of times you can get a punch in there and start collapsing it inward. It'll crush in, and then you can just, once you get it to crush in, you can use picks and whatnot to get it to, you'll make it smaller basically by crushing in one side, and it'll just drop right out the bottom. But let's see what we get here. These come with a T-handle. A lot of times I just like to use a ratchet on them. And it's turning right out. Look at that. Beautiful. I don't know why it didn't come out like that the first time. I worked with it, and I could just feel the bolts hanging up. I probably should have chased the threads with something before I put that bolt in it, but oh well, too late now. 2 points.